Are we ready?
All right, ready.
No bras required. The podcast where two girlfriends talk about everything from diapers to death and do it all braless and brutally honest.
I'm Megan. I'm a mom of four, lifelong educator, dance studio owner, coffee and wine snob, and never afraid to speak my mind.
And
Ooh.
I'm Patti, mom of three, teacher turned leader, dance boss, loud laughter, tequila enthusiast, and professionally unfiltered.
Together, we've got over 30 years in education, seven kids, two studios, countless bottles of wine and tequila, and a whole lot of stories to share with you.
What's No Bras Required all about? It's a space for women like us who are juggling life, entrepreneurship, parenting, work, marriage, friendship, grief, joy, chaos, and just need some real talk.
So, whether you're sipping wine in leggings, hiding in your car, or rage cleaning your kitchen, we're here for you. Hey, Patty.
Hey, Megan.
How's it going?
It's recital week.
Yes, you are in the thick of it, but also like nearing the finish line. So
Yeah,
excited for you.
thanks. Yeah, just came off a 5-day comp, taught my last class last night. I have today off to get things organized, dress rehearsal tomorrow, shows Friday, Saturday. Two on Saturday.
Get it done. Here you go.
Yeah, I have my list, and then I have my other list, and then I have my other list.
And then probably another list somewhere that you forgot about.
Then I have the one that keeps me up at night that rattles off in my brain, like, you forgot this, 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 all the things.
Yeah.
How about you? How are you doing?
I'm tired. I'm just tired. Like in school, this is the worst time of year. The absolute worst. Like the kids, we're past spring break. They
Yeah,
know we're like 5 weeks away from the end of the year. It's like they've been so good all year and they've saved up every like, poor life choice and disaster for now. For
yeah.
now. And like all the crazy things that can happen have happened. I think we've called EMS like four times this week. It's only Wednesday, friends. It's only Wednesday. Um, I mean, just for like random weird stuff and dealing with behaviors. And then, I'm looking at the failure list of classes that are being failed. It's like astronomical and I'm like, what in the world is happening? And teachers are like, they just don't want to do anything. Like, they're not turning anything in. They're not coming to school. I'm like, oh my gosh, we got to get these kids across the line. Yeah, so it's exhausting right now, but miracles will happen. They do every day, and somehow, they will last a minute and pull it out, and
Yeah.
we'll get to that graduation looking frazzled. I know, seriously. Dear baby Jesus.
Dear baby Jesus, help me and all these children.
Yeah, we sat in with one kid who's losing her mind today. And we were like, look, I know you're tired. We're tired. Everybody's tired, but we can't lose it. Like, I'm gonna need you to put that lid back on and breathe
Yeah.
for a second. Um, yeah, that's just kind of where we are. It's like dealing with toddlers when the babies are overtired and you did too much, and then like they just can't. They just
Yeah.
can't. And yeah, that's where they are. And the adults too. So
Yeah.
nearing the end.
Yeah. Well, it is Maycember.
Yeah. Welcome to Maycember. Um, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Did you even know that was like a word, a thing? Maycember?
Until you told me about it. I mean, I think I felt it in my soul.
Yeah.
Um, like this week, I have unplugged a toilet at the theater that one of my students plugged at competition.
Oh my gosh.
I performed on stage with my daughter. I cried tears of pride watching my students at an improv contest and just how they developed over the year and how confident they looked. And I am, like I said, three lists deep. So it's like, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's just like work stuff. That's not like my laundry pile is like gonna grow legs soon, I think. And my house is a disaster, so I just shut doors now so I don't have to look at it.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. I think I'm like into the backup underwear. Not that there's not clean underwear, because we've done the laundry. It's just sitting in the basket, and it's like at this point it's even too much work to go dig in the basket for the underwear. It's so bad. It's so bad.
I love that you're backup underwear though. Like I'm like it just buys more.
I do.
I
I do.
know.
And it's the underwear I don't like. So then I'm kind of grumpy all day because I'm wearing the underwear I don't like. But, that's just where we are. So,
Hey, the goal here is that you left the house in underwear.
correct. I could just
Good
still wear
job.
it.
Good job.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. I try. We are still there. Now, talk to me at the end of May. I don't know where we'll be, but yeah,
Yeah.
we still got underwear for now. Um, yeah, and I can't even like the calendar just stresses me out. I looked at the calendar and I will say I don't even think it's Maycember. It's like May, June, Summer. Like it's 2 months of just insanity. And we were looking at the calendar for June and I was like, oh my gosh, like there is not a day that there's not something going on. Like we're already so overscheduled for June and we're not even there yet.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. So everyone, welcome to No Bras Required, where it's May and we are not okay.
Not okay.
And that's kind of what we're talking about today.
Yep. Yep. We
Yeah.
are hot mess expresses and yep, not thriving, not balanced, not eating properly, not sleeping well, definitely not hydrated. We are just
I
scheduled.
I will say that is one thing I have loved about our competition season this year is that we have, I don't know if it's just the ones that I've picked, but the last two competitions have had healthy food delivered to the green room for teachers to grab. Yeah. Like I'm
Wow.
talking like veggies, like wraps. There was like chicken with a mushroom gravy and a rice pilaf, like at the last one. Like, yeah,
Okay.
like good food. They're looking after the teachers and the studio owners in there, and it is so appreciated.
Wow. I love that for you.
Yeah,
We don't do
I
that
love that
here.
for me and my team too, because there's nothing quite as hard as putting in those long days back to back to back with the emotions that run with it and managing all of it, and then you're eating like crap.
Yeah.
Like, so it's yeah, kudos to the dance comps that are first of all thinking about it and then looking after the teachers and directors that are there. Did you guys get that there?
No.
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 Come on, US, take a page out of the Canadian playbook
Yeah.
here.
I feel like before COVID, there were a few that did that and they'd
Yeah.
have a green room. A lot of them, it's just they take care of the judges and they don't care about the teachers.
Yeah.
I mean, and there might be some, but it's definitely not really a thing. And it's kind of sad. I mean, we're paying a lot of money to bring kids there for you,
Yeah.
whether it's convention or competition. Like you should take care of the teachers and the staff. They just reserve us seats in the show, like the
Theater?
auditorium. Yeah, well, not really theater, it's like a ballroom with chairs, but we
Oh,
get little chairs that say for teachers only. That's it.
you should come up here for one.
I should just move up there. I think that we've decided that you just need me up there.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, so much fun.
It would be so much trouble.
We could be chaos coordinators together.
Yes, I love this. I love this.
Yes.
Oh, all right. So, y'all, you know how December is like just pure chaos, but this May stuff, this end of the school year, end of the dance season, just everything, end of everything, yeah, is just identity overload, and everything feels urgent, and there's a huge emotional toll that
Yes.
happens. Um, Whether you are the parent, whether you are a studio owner, whether you are teacher, administrator, like if you are in the end times of this season
Yeah.
of school slash studio, it's hard. It is just really hard.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's important to remember that if the adults in the room aren't okay, the kids don't stand a chance. So there is that added pressure to be on and perform and make sure that those around you are doing okay. But it also comes at a cost if you don't ever slow down to go, I need to look after me too.
Hmm. Yeah.
I was telling Todd this morning, I have not seen my massage therapist for it's got to be close to 6 weeks, maybe even 9. And I'm like, I think next week I'm gonna book like a hot rock massage on Monday just to warm my muscles up. Wednesday, I might do a relaxation massage. And Friday, I might go see Javito and let him finish beating me up. But I'm too scared to go just to go see Javito because I'm like, it's gonna hurt so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta like warm up to Javito.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know.
But
I did I tell you about when I went to the hairdresser? I finally went to my hairdresser a couple weeks ago, and she was like, what is happening?" It had been
oh,
so long. So I have always been for forever. Every 4 weeks, I go get my hair done.
yeah,
Mostly because the gray comes in and, I can't handle it. Um, and then I think the last time I went was in November, maybe December. And it was the end of March before I went to see her. And she was like, I have never seen your roots this long. What are you doing? And never do it again. I was like, okay. But that's just how crazy it's been. It's just been, I can't find the time. I'm so overscheduled. I don't know when I'm going to go see her again. It's already been a month. But yeah, I haven't had a massage in forever. Yeah, the self-care just kind of keeps sliding back because
yeah,
we have so many other things to take care of and so many other people to manage and to help and to deal with and things to do that it's like, okay, something's got to give. Um, and
yeah,
anticipating people's needs, I think, is a really hard thing at this time of year.
yeah. Well, this is it's a heavy stress time of year, especially in dance because it's long days at competition. It's the planning of your recitals, which is huge because it's really the end mark on how your year went and how these kids did. So there's a lot of expectation, not just that we place on ourselves, but that our staff has and our parents have and our dancers have. And then again, you're mixing that with long days, long work days, like 15, 16-hour work days that are surrounded by high emotion, depending on how it's going, high expectation. And then, like, for me, it's like that it all comes to a screeching halt. Like, it's go, 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 go. And then it's like, done. And there's no real, like, you're just like, now I have time off and you don't even know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's a really weird space to be in. Um, but I think for me, especially like this season, because it's Charlie's last year, I have been so intentional about watching what I'm doing, enjoying it as we go, looking for the growth and the progress in the kids, talking to them about it, like backstage in those moments when you've got time to, like, how do you feel about that? What do you think has been the best thing this year? What would you like to continue doing? What would you like to see changed? What do you want for next year? Like, and just setting expectations. And then I'm coming home at night and I'm going to bed. And I'm like, I will get that done in the morning. I'm getting up earlier, but I find going to bed and not staying up till 2 or 3 in the morning to finish things has really helped me to stay on top of it and appreciative of it too. Like that I get to do this for a living. Because even like as tired as I am, it's still the best job on the planet.
Yeah.
Like I would hate a regular job. They don't get year-end parties to celebrate everything they worked on. I can't even imagine that.
Yeah, like it just keeps going and going. I
Yeah,
don't know. Yeah. I mean, because uh, I've always had a year-end party, whether it's at the dance studio or school, or
yeah.
there's always like the end and then a new fresh beginning. Um, yeah.
This is not like harvest season to me. Like, so it's just like farmers, right? Like we've planted the seeds, we've tended the crops. Now we're harvesting and going like, ooh, this is what we got out of all of that work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or what we got out of not doing that work. And some of our friends are panicking in this moment,
Yeah, yeah,
causing lots of stress all around. But it's okay. We're going to get there. We're just going to learn some life lessons along the way because that's what happens.
yeah, yeah.
Choices. Um, yeah. So thinking about this time of year, and I know we did a whole episode on December and how chaotic it is, all of the things, but I think saying out loud what Maycember is like in so many different ways. Like if I disappeared for 48 hours, I really feel like no one would know where anything is or where anybody's supposed to go, or like it would fall apart. It would fall apart. The amount of schedules and knowledge and like facts about my own children, the kids at school, things at the studio, like all of the things, right? That lives up here right now. It's it's insane. It's
It
insane.
is insane. It is
Yeah.
insane. And it's not for everybody.
No.
No. Um, how well do you find you delegate stuff at this time of year? Are there things that you cannot let go of, or are you pretty good?
No, I learned a long time ago to I had to delegate at this time of the year, but that was out of survival because I'm living two ends right now,
Yeah.
not just one. So school gets crazy at this time of year. Behaviors ramp up. We have kids that are at risk of not graduating or not being promoted because, they decided spring break was the end of their year and forgot that there were 9 weeks left. Bless them. So we've had to have some come Jesus talks and like, you're gonna get it together because your mama spent money on a cap and gown and you're not walking across that stage.
Yeah.
And and dealing with the whole planning of the new year for school, but also the studio recital. So I have amazing staff who have taken on recital. I delegated that a long time ago. They follow the systems and processes, and off we go. And I literally now show up to recital. They hand me my binder. I call the show. I look at all the kids, greet them as they're coming on stage, or actually now the way that we do it, I'm on the other side, so I greet them as they come off, tell them they did fantastic. Some of them probably the first time I've seen their dance, and there we go.
Wow.
It's great. It is so great. A little scary the first time that it happened because
Yeah, I
it's
bet.
very scary not knowing everything and not being in charge of everything and, not having all that knowledge in my brain. But there's no room. There's no room up here anymore. Uh, it's where she's full. She's past full. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. And here at school, I don't know. I mean, I'm the one that gets delegated to. My hand is in a lot of different parts and places and things, and a lot of people come to me to, hey, what do you know about this kiddo? What do you know about this and that? So
Yeah.
that's where a lot of my energy goes, and then just my own kids and all of their schedules and summer planning and um,
Yeah.
doctor's appointments and physical therapy, and we're in the weeds of it all. But yeah, delegation I think is the only way to survive at
Yeah.
this point. Um, but how about you? Like I feel like you're still really in it with recital.
I'm still, yeah, I'm fairly, but like things like backdrops and stuff like that, delegated programs, delegated flowers, delegated. I look after like some gifts. I'm this week I'm working on our year-end recommendations, making sure that they're filled out the way I want, and then they'll be sent out later today, actually. And then just some communication with the theater, but like our sign in and out process is all delegated, looked after, done. So but we don't make a lot of changes from year to year either. So it's because it's like, why fix what's not broken?
Correct.
But that also gets boring. Like I know, and we've talked about this lots too. Like when you've done something for so long, you start to go, well, maybe we should change that. It's like, why? Why would you do that if it's work like go invent another revenue stream. Go choreograph a beautiful number. Like go do something else, but don't change the systems that are working. And I feel like that lesson took me a little bit to learn because I'd want to do it different every year or better every year. And it's like better is okay, but better doesn't mean revamping everything.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've gotten pretty good at that, but there's still a lot. There's still a lot towards the end. This year we're doing some recital sponsors. So we've partnered with other local businesses in a way for them to get their name out. Um, and they're sponsoring some of our awards, which is kind of cool. Helps offset theater costs, which I love because it's getting a little ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, all in all, we're we're gonna power through. This has been one of our best years. Like the kids keep saying that they're like, this has been like one of my favorite seasons ever.
Oh, that's
And I,
good.
yeah,
What do you
they feel
think
better.
is the thing? What do you think makes it the best?
Um, we had a lot of kids doing exams this year, so I think technically they're stronger. Um, we almost doubled the amount of solos and duets from last year. So they're getting more one-on-one training, which helps the overall program. Um, so they had, I think we won close to like $2,800 in cash scholarships this season, like for the kids, and like it's crazy. We won overall studio at the last one. We got second place at this one that we would just finished. So we're scoring high too. And I had to weed the garden, as we say last year. And it's amazing how sometimes you remove one or two families from your studio and how much better the overall culture is. And we've talked about that in class too. Like the kids are like I feel closer to my friends this year. There was no negativity like in the change room, in the dressing room, in the talk. And I said, yeah, but I'm like, look at who's not here. And they go, yeah. And I'm like, that's a choice. And I said, it's something that you need to be cognizant of because if somebody starts, you nip it in the bud because you know what you're protecting. If you love this year, we all have a duty to protect the culture.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah. And I think a lot of them have stepped up in those ways too, where like our JAMP program and our junior leadership is really taking off. And we have a large group of kids that are getting it and want to be seen as role models in the studio. So their behavior is following those goals, which I love.
Yeah. Yeah. Those programs really do help so much with
Yeah.
the culture. Um,
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a good year. Which is great.
Yeah.
And then next year's going to be a transition year. Like we're losing one of our main teachers, and she is adored and loved by everyone. But she's moving. So it is what it is. We're going to continue working together in some capacities, but we've got two new teachers starting with us next year. And I think a lot of that is how I rolled it out to the kids and the parents. Like, and that fact that the ones that are leaving didn't want it to be dramatic.
Yeah.
They want it to be about the kids and their progress, not about like it's not like anything bad happened. It's she's moving. And so it's I what I'm really loving is like when you surround yourself with people who have like-minded values, who want to put the kids first. Like it's still going to be a bit about her and everything she's contributed because it should be. She's a very valued member of our team, and we're sad to see her go. And she needs to be acknowledged and recognized for the contribution she's made. But we're also doing it in a way that honors her, doesn't develop toxicity, and we're all on that same page.
Yeah.
And like it's really eye-opening how when you work together, you can make it happen well and good.
Well, and there are ways to exit well
Yeah.
that don't have to be dramatic, no
Yeah.
matter the reason for the exit, you know?
Yeah.
And I kudos to her. I mean, of course, I know her too, and she's fantastic and fabulous. And I would never think that that would happen in any other way except in a loving
Yeah.
and, supportive way for you and the studio. But there are people who you move on for a variety of reasons from
Yeah.
places that you work. And it says a lot about you as a person on how you choose to end that era or that time at a place. Are you going to do it with love and respect and honor what you learned and how you grew and what you were able to contribute there and, and celebrate the
Yeah.
time that you had there? Or are you going to make it ugly? And even if you're not leaving for an ugly reason,
Yeah.
some people still make it ugly, which blows my mind. They still have to make it dramatic and terrible and start running their mouth. And it doesn't need to be that way. And I think it does. It does say a lot about a person on how you come into a place
Yeah.
and how you leave a place.
Yeah. Well, and I'll say like Manuela, like she restored my faith in people,
Yeah.
like employees, because you know, I had recently gone through the pits of it before she came in. And yeah, I had a lot of trust issues and she healed them just being who she was. It was like there are still people out there that really want to leave a place better than they found it,
Yeah.
that are willing to work for a common goal. So yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure there was some fear when she told you she was moving and that she was going to have
Oh
to
yeah.
move of, oh my gosh, how is this going to go? How do I save the business? How do I keep this from being terrible? How do I not lose tons of kids because they love her so much?
Yeah.
Because you have when you have gone through that and you have been through the ugly and people who no matter what they say, oh, I will always support you, I'll always be your biggest fan. I'm just following my dream, whatever it is that they say, and then you have the time until they actually leave. And we've all been there where it turns toxic really quickly and you're almost blindsided because you want to trust that they are going to do what they say they're going to do and they don't. And so and then even with good people, people that you fully trusted, it brings back that fear of is this going to happen again? How am I going to combat that? How am I going to protect these kids and their families from unnecessary drama? And I call it peacocking, when people need to tout themselves and how great they are and how wonderful they are and oh, this place will never be the same without me, right? Um, yeah, so and she's fantastic. I never expect her to do that, but again, we never expect anybody to.
No,
And
no, that's
sadly,
exactly it. And like the truth of the matter is, it's not going to be the same without her. It's going to be very different, but different doesn't have to be bad. And I think she's done a great job of preparing the kids for the next teacher. She's still going to be like we're still working together in some capacity, which I love. And we're still navigating what that looks like, but I'm going to look after her because she looked after me.
yeah, all positives.
All positives. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. And that's the
It
way,
gives me hope. It gives me hope for
right?
like,
That it can happen and that it is
yeah,
that way and that there are good people in this world and in this business and that yeah, yeah,
yep. You just got to find people with the same values and the
hmm
right work ethic that you work well together with,
yeah,
and then get out of their way. Get
yeah,
out of their way and let them run. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I love that.
Um, yeah, it's been good. So I mean, next year's going to be a transition year, but I'm excited for it. I'm excited for her to see like where she goes with her career, and I can't wait to support her in that and use my contacts and stuff to help her as much as I can. So it's yeah, I'm excited for both of us. Like it's gonna be we've got we've got some cool things coming.
Yeah, good growth opportunities for both of you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Um, what was I gonna say? What what's been your biggest like takeaway this season, or like what are you
Mm.
loving about your harvest season?
My harvest season. Um, I am really I'm really excited about where we are going. So I was thinking about this the other day when I was reflecting on kind of the year and where we've been, and I can't remember what came up, but it's probably a Facebook memory that came up, and I was like, oh wow, that was really only 3 years ago that we were here. Um, and it was 3 years ago that I made the decision that we are not doing competitions anymore. Like I was done with it. It was
Yeah,
not serving our kids. It was not supporting them. It did not align with my values. It never really had, but I was at the point where I was like, you know what? We were already going through a transition. We were going through a really nasty situation where a teacher was leaving. I had supported her in her wanting to start like a dance teams focused studio. Um, she couldn't quite make that happen, so decided to open like just a normal studio and started poaching our kids and our parents and all, parking lot behind the back kind of stuff. It got really ugly. I ended up having to fire her because I'd let her stay on to teach,
Yeah.
trying to be supportive, be a mentor. Um, and, we knew we were going to be losing a good chunk of kids because of it. And so I was like, you know what? Well, we're already in this transition and we're already losing a lot of people. We're going to go to what we fully believe in. And we're going to double down on it.
Yeah.
And so reflecting back on that, it's only been 3 years of the new program, the new system,
Yeah.
and how quiet it's been, how positive it's been,
Yeah.
that we're not dealing with constant drama and overturning and just nonsense that tends to come when, it's like that. We changed our schedule. Our kids are only focused on like learning and growing in class. We have kids that if they don't want to be in company, that they can still progress and
Yeah.
move up in levels because it's not company versus recreational. That we're not nearly as exhausted as we used to be because we're not trying to do these crazy long weekends of competition. We do still do convention. We do have the kids compete at convention, but it's limited, and it's
Yeah.
something that they actually look forward to. It doesn't turn into like, oh, we have to kind of a thing, it's like not another one. Um, so yeah, I was reflecting back on that and just how much I've seen kids grow, and I feel like we're finally hitting our stride with it. Like we're finding the
Yeah.
people that want to be a part of it. We're getting more and more kids that are interested in being in company and joining and and growing that program. And it feels good. Like it was stagnant for a while. Um, but I think it's finally getting there. And like all of our staff are on board, the families are on board, which is nice. It's so nice when there's no drama.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So,
Um, what's been this was like my question of the week for the kids this week. What it was like, give me one of your funniest memories of this year so far.
mm, let's see. Funniest memory this year. Ooh, that's a tough one. I have to think on that one. What was yours? Well, I think. Now you're gonna have to think.
No, I know,
Got
but
one?
I oh my gosh, I have two.
Okay.
So one happened this weekend. We were in the dressing room. We have large dressing rooms. Um, and one of my students walked out and she's like, Miss Patty. I'm like, yeah, hon, what's up? What happens if the toilet won't flush?
Oh no.
And I looked at her and she's like, and I may have made a deposit.
Yep, it's usually what
I'm
happens
like,
when the toilet doesn't flush.
what? And she's just like looking at me like, do you have to go in and see my dog? I was like, and
Oh,
she's like one of the funniest kids ever. Anyway, I looked after it. It was fine. The tank just needed to fill with water, but I'm sure she was panic flushing and
yeah.
not letting it fill. And it was fine. It actually wasn't even plugged. And then the second one, also kind of bathroom humor, was the last comp before this one. And one of my students was coughing and coughing and coughing backstage. We're waiting to go on for adjudication. And sometimes when they have a coughing fit or hiccups, I'll be like, stop it right now. And it kind of shocks their system and they're able to stop. Anyways, she looks at me and she goes, I'm not really coughing.
She's
I'm
trying to
like,
cover a fart.
she goes,
Yes.
she's like, ah, ah, ah. I'm like, stop it right now. And she goes, I'm not really coughing. I'm like, what are you doing? Her friend had to fart and didn't want it to be. And she's like, don't worry, girl, I got you. And so now her friend's like beat red. Like, why would you tell Miss Patty this? And I'm like, do you know how rare a friend like this is? I'm like,
Right?
you hold on to her with both hands. But this kid like cracks me up. Like, I swear if we would have been the same age, we would have caused so much mischief in high school. We would have like been the best of friends and like the most mischievous ever. Like, I adore this child. She is hilarious.
I love that. Find
Hilarious.
yourself a friend who will cough to cover
So
your
you can
fart.
fart. Yeah,
Yeah,
backstage. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Like, honestly, though, isn't that what it's all about? It's just like, yes, it's about the kickball change and getting really good at dancing too, but it's like building those relationships and that community so that you've got people in your corner, like when it's your days are going great or whatever. And yeah, I just we when we wrapped up this competition, it was done earlier in the afternoon on Sunday. Everybody met up at the local Dairy Queen. We literally took the restaurant over. And my juniors were sitting with my seniors and they were playing video games and making reels on their phones together of each other. Like, I'm like, this is, I would like, it was just a very proud,
Hmm.
I love that this is what we've created. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We so at our last competition convention, the one I was just at, um, they did pictures of the kids. So like it was pretty cool. Uh,
Yeah.
so the little ones went first, and so like while they're doing their solo or duet, they were taking pictures while they were dancing. And so at the end, they would on the video screen outside, they would flash up a picture. And it was usually like an amazing one, like they're in a beautiful passe or an arabesque or like some kind of like
Yep.
moment that's really lovely. And you're like, oh, I love that picture. So that was all morning long that we see these pictures. And like the kids are running out to take pictures of the one that they chose to put up there. And, and then they're trying to find it on the screen, like the iPad. So their parents would see it and they're laughing at all the different ones. Great. Well, then we get to the evening, which is the older kids. And so they're all excited to see their pictures. They were the worst pictures I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know what it was. Like they must have switched photographers or whatever, but it was like zoomed, like awkwardly zoomed in on them, where
Yeah.
the picture was
Oh,
probably full body, so it's like awkwardly zoomed in at these moments. And the best, like probably the funniest thing that happened was like every time Liam was on stage, they
yeah.
caught him in the most ridiculous moment.
Oh my
And
God.
that was the picture they posted. So like for his solo, his eyes are like rolled back in his head and all you see are the whites of his eyes and he's like turned sideways. It was the worst picture ever. He looks possessed. So we were like, oh, okay, that was bad. And we just giggled. Like Jackie and I cracked up. We're like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. Like you picked that moment out of his solo.
Yeah.
So that was fun. And we're getting a good laugh at it. The next time he gets on stage, same thing happens. And he's got like the kid is skinny as a rail. He's got a six pack. You can see all his muscles and like the lines, the vein
Yeah.
lines in his
Yeah.
muscles. Like he's just like
He's ripped.
solid muscle ripped,
Yeah.
right? He has five chins in his picture.
Oh, they did him dirty.
They did him so dirty. So this it looks terrible. Five chins. We're were just like, how does that even happen? And so we're like, okay, no. For sure, the next duet that comes up with him, he like has this like funky looking. I was like, are they just like purposely finding the worst picture ever? Every single time that kid was on stage, it was the absolute worst picture that you could ever take of him. And that was the one that went up on the screen. And we were dying laughing. It was just like, wow, Liam, what did you do to deserve
Uh,
that? And he's in his like vain little self. He's like, oh my gosh. And which made it even better because
yes.
yeah, he was like, we can't, nobody can see that. And we're like, oh, but they can.
And they will.
And they will.
This one's gonna follow you around for life's
Yeah,
sake.
they were
Yeah.
so good. They were so good. I was like, yes, I love this. And being his mom, I can say that. But yeah. I love like all the things the little kids say and do and like all the ways that they just say whatever they feel and think in the moment.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, they make me giggle. Yeah,
Yeah. I agree. I love them.
I do too. They're my favorites. Okay, so Maycember.
Yes. Maycember. Back to Maycember.
Back to Maycember. We are like all over the place today. Well, it's because it's Maycember and we just don't even know where we are. So what are some things that I wouldn't even say like self-care because there's no time for self-care, let's be honest. We're surviving. Um, any thoughts of hope or suggestion, or is this just like girls?
Well, I think whatever it is, like whether it's like traumatic that you're going through or it's just busy that you're going through, it all comes down, and it always will, to your fundamentals. Eat, sleep, exercise. If there's three things that you can do, those are the three. And if you can't do three, try to pick at least one that you can get right each day. Because when all three of those fall off the wagon, is when you're really hooped. And I find too, when all three of those fall off the wagon and you're hooped, that's typically when something happens where you need to be on.
Mm,
Whether it's like that snarky email that comes in from a parent that you're like, please, sir, you're on my last nerve. Uh, like,
the one I
or
want to tell that you can go kick rocks down the street and get back
yeah,
to math class and learn how to budget appropriately. Yeah.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
bless her.
Mm.
Hope she learns math. Um, but yeah, it's like so it's to stop you from sending that email. Like,
Yeah.
girl, go learn some math. Or like, hey, how about you read the emails that we send you so you have all the information?
Yeah. It's not that hard, friends. It's not that hard. Yeah, no, I agree. And I think to know that as dysregulated as we feel and as
Yeah,
overwhelmed as we feel, we're dealing with a lot of dysregulated, overwhelmed people. So knowing that how they are responding to us, what they're saying, how they're coming at us, is not a reflection of us as people. I think we take a lot of things personally, and when you're tired and exhausted, that tends to be when it feels super personal.
yeah,
Um, and just like I had a conversation with a kid today, we can't control the situation and we can't control other people.
yeah,
We can control how we react to what the situation is.
yeah,
And that's where that maturity comes in. And so you don't send the email that says you can kick rocks down the street and go learn math and learn how to budget better. And um, your choices that you made, you can't be mad at.
yeah,
But yeah, there are nicer ways. And there's also Chat GPT. So Chat GPT will tell you, you can type all that in there and then say, please make this professional and nice.
yeah.
and it usually does a pretty good job, and it's way nicer. I also had a one of
It
my
will not tell you to kick rocks. It will
yeah,
do that. Yeah.
one of my colleagues said he's like, ice runs through your veins. It's like, wow. Okay. Apparently I'm Elsa. Um, but I'm
Cool.
just like I know I am no nonsense and I am just very straightforward.
Yeah.
And sometimes there needs to be a little fluff and love. So I have to use ChatGPT to add the nice into my emails and like the fluffy crap
Yeah.
that I just am like, why? Like it's just
Yeah.
extra words
Yeah.
and annoying things. But like for him, he's got to use ChatGPT to take out all of the
Uh,
fluff and the nice and the like constant explanations and you know
yes.
like make it very factual and to the point
Yeah.
while still being nice. So we all have those things. Like you
Perfect.
just need to know how you like what your standard operating mode of communication is. And
Yeah.
then know that okay, so this is how I should probably fix it.
Yeah.
It's not how I like to be.
Um, and I'm gonna say too for studio owners, this is a great time if your staff is like dealing with a lot of nonsense and dysregulated emails that they have to filter through. Like this is when I'll buy my team like sarcastic. I see what you're doing. Like last or a couple years ago, it was a scented candle, and the label on it said, "As per my email." And then underneath it was like, "Bitch, please, can you even read?" And my staff was like, "This is some bad stuff." Like, and it's just acknowledging, like, I appreciate that you're responding to these emails. I appreciate that not all of them are kind or even nice coming in. I appreciate that some of them were ads like legit yesterday. My office, oh my God, my office admin called me. She's like, "It's too peoply." And I'm like, "Yes." And she's like, "I'm sick of people." And I'm like, "That is understandable at this time of year." We had just sent out an email in regards to everything recital. A parent replied, "Thank you so much for all the information. What time do we need to be there?"
Oh, you didn't read the information.
She was a lot of it included, bless.
She would just look at it and said, wow, there's a whole lot here.
I can't read that. I'll just call them and ask what time.
And that honestly, that
That's
happens
what's
a lot.
happening. It
Yeah.
does. It really does.
And I, true confessions,
You've been guilty of it?
I kind of am guilty of it sometimes. Like I got the governor's school email for Liam.
Yeah.
It is so long, Patty. And there's so many things in there with so many links of like you need to do this and then you need to do this and you need to do this. And I literally looked at it and went, I no.
Not
And I
today.
went unread and it's still sitting in my inbox. At
Yeah.
some point, I will have the mental capacity or I will make myself have the mental capacity to like sit down and process all of it. Um, but wow. And it makes me look at, well, what kind of communication are we sending out? Are
Yes.
we overwhelming our parents with way too much information that they just totally disengage? Because
Yeah.
it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. Like we can only handle bite-sized pieces at this point in time.
Yeah. Which
And
is fair because that's how we feel.
yeah,
And they're doing comp season right alongside of us, but their kids are mean to them because they're trying to put their hair in ponytails and makeup and all of the things. And I tell my parents all the time, if your child's being mean to you, switch kids. And they laugh at me, but I'm like, your
for real.
child won't behave the same for that mom as she does for you. So just switch kids and like everybody has fun then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, that's just the studio.
Yeah.
That's not school. End of
No.
grade testing, all the end of year parties, all of the extra, like, oh my gosh, if they're doing graduation, all the 85,000 graduation events, plus then the grad parties, plus the pictures, plus the announcements, plus the everything else, like, it's a lot. And
Ma'am.
that's one kid.
Yeah.
A lot of them have multiple kids. And so they're trying to manage it across multiple schools and multiple activities. And, and it's spring sports season that is in playoffs. So if they have a kid that's doing that, there's a whole nother schedule to keep up with. Like, I
Or
think,
it's tryouts for the summer sports here too.
yeah, yeah. And, like I have to get my kids physicals and have to do that in the next like well, because they have to have it for tryouts for dance team for June. And
Oh,
I forget when their physicals are supposed to be. We got so off at one point that like usually I did them around their birthdays and now we're not there and
yeah.
yeah, we're screwed. We're up a creek without a paddle at this point. So I need to call and put that figure out a time to do that. Um, you know, I think we forget
Yeah.
how overstimulated, overscheduled our parents are, and then we want to get in our feelings when they come at us and they're like, "Whoa!" Or they say, "Can you just tell me what time I need to be there?"
Yeah.
And we're like, "Why didn't you read the email?" And it's like, y'all, they can't. They
Yeah.
cannot put one more thing in their brain. They just need this one tidbit of information and they can make it happen for you. And they're going to show up with like every costume that child has owned for 10 years because they don't know which one goes this year. And all the pairs of tights because they're not sure which one doesn't have the holes.
Yeah.
And maybe their hair's in a bun, or they're going to bring all the stuff to put it in the bun because they don't have time to get the bun in before they have to get in the car to get to the recital or pictures or whatever. And we need to give them grace to be like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm just glad you made it today.
Yeah.
You know what? We got this. We're
Yeah.
going to get you through it. Because it's a lot. It's a lot to manage. And I think when we can be supportive and understanding and help them, that's when you win those people for forever. When
Yeah.
we come at them with, yes, it's more work on our end. Yes, it's a little more stress for us. But if we make them feel bad or guilty for being overwhelmed, then they're gonna disengage and they're gonna be like, I don't want to be there because I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that I can't keep it together.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, like everybody has times of overwhelm in their life. If we help them, they're a lot more understanding when it's our turn
Yeah.
and we're, late getting something out or we're this or that or and also kudos to the parents that bring coffee to the teachers and the team during competitions. Like, I love you guys.
Yeah.
It is so nice. Like, it's just very thoughtful that, hey, we're going to Starbucks. Do you need anything? Would you like, because you never expect it, but when somebody sees the time that you're putting in and is willing to do that is very thoughtful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like it's so nice when they're like, "Oh, how can I help you?" Or they are saying, I mean, I have parents like last weekend, they were like, "Come on, we're gonna go across the street and eat. Come with us." And I was like,
No,
"I'll just sit here on the floor and eat my sandwich." No, you like let's go.
let's go. Yeah. I
Okay.
love I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot, friends, and we're all drowning. Um, but it's okay because we're all drowning together.
Yeah. Well, and it's like it's a short-lived season. Like it's over before you know it, and then you're back into like planting the next year and starting it all over again and planting those new seeds and tending the garden and watering it and pulling weeds. Like it's so cyclical, and we just need to try our best to stay present,
hmm
appreciate the things that go right, take note of the things that don't, and make a plan for how you're going to make it better next year.
I think that's so important because we can get so caught up in the busyness
Yeah.
and in what's the next thing I have to do? When do I have to do it? How do I plan? And we forget to be present and enjoy those moments
Yeah.
and to really celebrate the wins that have happened this year, the things that have gone well, the last moments with some kids, um, the first moments with some
Yeah.
when, it's that first recital, it's that first experience on stage, or, um, you get to watch them do something amazing, whatever it is they're doing. They won the playoff game, rather than being upset that it's like one more thing added to the schedule. It's like, wow, I get to do this.
Yeah.
It's all in how you frame that. Um, and I try to be really cognizant of when I'm like, oh, I have to. And most of the time I can catch myself and be like, no, no, I get to.
Get to.
And not
Yeah.
everybody gets to.
No.
And and it does. It changes your perspective. Um, it makes you appreciate the things that you have, and it's so busy. It's so much. I 100% understand. But as mamas who you're on the end of it, Patty, and I'm halfway through, it goes by so fast.
Goes
And
so fast.
literally you blink
Yeah.
and it's the last one.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's, yeah. I have 3 more days.
Ah,
And then, yeah. And like this one's hard because I have 3 grads and they're the last of that first generation of my students that, so that's like, yeah, the three grad classes that we've had. And these guys are the ones that started with me as babies. And so it's gonna be emotional. And then we're also saying goodbye to a beloved teacher. And yeah, there's gonna be some tears and there's gonna be some feelings, and that is all part of it. But I'm so excited to see where everybody goes and what they do with their like, yeah.
yeah.
It and
Yeah.
it's just such an honor to be like a part of their journey thus far,
Yes.
but helping them build the skills that will last them a lifetime. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I just went to my dad's retirement party yesterday.
Aw,
And how cool is it that I get to do that? Not
yeah,
everybody gets to go to their parents' retirement party. Not everybody gets to see their parents retire.
yeah,
Um, and to hear, he worked there for 32 years. So that's a long time. That's a lot that he's done and a legacy that he's built there. But to hear people talk about him and what he's done and how he's impacted their lives, and it's awesome. It was really, really an awesome day and a great way to be able to celebrate him. But it's the end of a journey for him, and he's so ready, but it's also hard to let that side go.
yeah, yeah,
And we have a lot that are going to do that, whether they are graduating high school, getting ready to go on to college. This
yeah.
is their last dance recital for whatever reason. There's a lot of celebrating and a lot of mourning all at the same time.
Yeah.
Just a weird place to be, when you're
Yeah.
like so happy yet so sad. Um,
Yeah.
and I think that's a lot of what goes on in Maycember too, is you're dealing with very big emotions
Yeah.
of saying goodbye to the year that was, looking forward to the year to come, um, and and managing all of that all at the same time, along with the excitement and all the things that go into it. So sometimes you got to sit with it and
Oh, for sure.
sit in those feelings have a good cry, feel it, own it, name it, and then, all right, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm happy that this season that I was so focused on being intentional on how we were backstage, how we were in the classroom, how we were at competitions, just so that I took it all in. I took it all in, celebrated, watched them with pride from the side stage, like gave them the hugs and the cheers. Yeah, but it's been a great season.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for our wrap up this weekend. Like lay these dances to rest one last time, and then the following week we're in exam classes, so it's not like we're done.
No, yeah, yeah. I've got a picture week, and then we've got just a couple weeks. We'll end at the end of May, and on we go. And then I get to do two graduations. My first one is an assistant principal, and then my own kid's graduation. So it's a lot coming
A
up.
lot.
A lot of good things too. And knowing I made it through my first year of high school, it's exciting. I know.
Woo!
I know. I was actually talking about that today. We had assistant principal walkthroughs, and so some colleagues from other schools came over today, and we were walking around. And she had actually done most of her teaching in high school and is an assistant principal in middle school, and I'm opposite.
Okay.
And so we were kind of comparing how the two
Yeah.
are. And, I was like, I was always scared to come up to high school. I didn't think this is what I wanted. I said, but I've absolutely loved it. Um,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, it's been great. It's been great.
nice.
Even all the hard things, even all these babies that I'm gonna like pull them across the line for graduation. Like, seriously, pull
Yeah.
them across the line. They may be kicking and screaming, but they're gonna turn that work in, pass these classes, and we're gonna get that cap and gown on. But
You will graduate.
oh, we've had those conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you don't get a choice. So you can do it the easy way or the hard way, but we're getting there.
Yeah. There you go. No, but it's like how great to have somebody like you in their corner that's going to make sure that they do.
Yeah. Well, and talking to somebody this week who is making a big life change and just acknowledging that, I had some interesting choices last year on which direction I was going to go.
Yeah.
And she asked, how is it? And I said, things happen for a reason and they work out the way they're supposed to.
Yeah.
And this is absolutely where I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to be doing,
Yeah. Funny how it works out that way, isn't it?
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
I think we've chatted for a really long time. I don't even know how long we've gone. We were all over the place. So if you're still listening, welcome to Maycember. Thanks for joining us today on No Bras Required.
And hopefully you have some time to do some things for yourself. And if not, at the very least, pick up the phone, call a girlfriend, and just have a little chat and get everything worked out like we did today.
Yeah, that's all. Sometimes that's all it takes. Or
Yeah.
just listen to us and we're like, hey, you know what? I have it more together than they do, so I'm winning today. Good.
Love that for you.
Love that. Yes. Good job. You win. Yay. Give yourself a medal and know that we're all going to make it and
We are.
good. So, all right. Well, we'll see you next week with, I don't know, whatever hot mess we come up with next week, because we'll still be in it. So we hope you'll join us on No Brush Required. Our goal for this podcast is to be that village where we can have those deeper conversations. We can talk about the serious things and walk each other home from diapers to death and all the things that come in between, but also to bring the humor and our crazy squirrel moments and all of our funny stories that we've lived from parenting to entrepreneurship to just being us and the adventures that we come up with. But we want to build a community and be those people to give you some sound advice that, you know, maybe makes you giggle a little bit every once in a while.
So thank you for tuning in. Subscribe, share with your favorite hot mess mom friends, and give us a follow on Instagram at No Bras Required Pod.
Every week, we'll drop a new episode tackling everything from marriage and mom guilt to leadership and loss with humor, heart, and maybe a little tequila or wine. So bring your favorite drink and join us every week.